upper body. So that's another thing. Make sure you don't always sit the same way with the computer on the same side of you. Make sure sometimes you're turning to the right and sometimes you're turning to the left. So we're going to do upper body stretching and core. So we start, as we often do, sitting on the mat with our legs outstretched and just finding those seat bones. So rocking from side to side, feeling them into the ground. And then sinking the back backwards a little bit. And then arching yourself up. And then lean over to the right, put all the weight on one seat bone. And then lean over to the left and put all the weight on the other. And then drive them both equally into the floor. And then rolling those shoulders backwards. Pop those hands on the floor, just half a foot behind you, and push your chest forward and lift up your chin. Pushing that chest forward, lifting up that chin. Stretching up high, really squeezing those shoulder blades together. Lengthening that neck. And then bring those eyes to horizontal. Keep pushing those hands into the floor and turn the eyes over to the right. So you turn that neck to the right. And then turn that head round to the left. Turn that head round to the left. And then bring that chin down towards your chest while it's looking left. And then eyes come up and horizontal. Turning over to the right and take that chin down to the chest on the right. Bring that head back up so your eyes are horizontal. Release the hands off the floor, pop them on your thighs. Rolling your shoulders and let your arms follow your shoulder roll. So bring those arms higher and higher off the floor until you've got nice lengthened arms all the way up to the sky, round and down. And then leave them up in the sky. Pop the palms together and push them up tall. Stretching up off those seat bones, putting the tummy button towards the thighs and push those heels away from you. Bring those arms down by your side, point your toes. Make sure your feet are parallel, but you haven't got one foot straying. Pull those toes up and push them away. And then roll your shoulders down, roll your body down towards those feet, reaching with your hands. And then sitting up nice and tall. Grab your roller. And then we're just going to lean backwards over our roller. So we're going to lie and open the chest over the roller. Breathing in and really stretching from the top of the head down to the tailbone. And then peeling yourself back up. So just laying over it. And then move the roller up towards the head a bit. And then lay over it and stretch again. You can take the arms out over your head if you want. And then as you come back up, you can move the roller a little bit. It depends how tight your back is feeling, how uncomfortable it is. Leaning back, arms coming over. And reach. And then if you want to put your hands behind your head to help yourself lift up, that's fine. And then move it up a little bit higher. And you may want to bend your knees just to take a bit of load out. Laying over and then lengthen the legs. Push the toes away. Push the toes away from the fingers over the top. And then sit yourself or bring yourself back up. Now bend your knees up and we're going to roll on the roller. So up as far as the base of the neck, down as far as the base of the ribs, the bottom of the ribs. Trying to lay the head back. Trying to keep the bum down on the ground. So we're arching and inverting. We're not really massaging the muscles. We're inverting the spine. Rolling all the way down and rolling all the way up. Rolling all the way down and then rolling all the way up. All the way down all the way up, all the way down, and all the way up, lengthening over that roller. Now take the roller down the right hand side. So leaning over, going on the right hand side, and take that right arm up straight. So it's level with your ear, it's in line with the spine. Going all the way down to the top of the arm, and then all the way up. If this is uncomfortable, put the weight, a bit of weight in your other arm, or put the elbow of the right arm on the floor and take some of your body weight out. With time, this will get easier. So all the way down. And when you find some tight bits, so I've got a tight bit at the base of my shoulder blade, I'm going to roll forwards and back with my body. Forwards and back. And I've got my elbow resting on the floor just to support my head. Now, just a word of caution, if you've got underwired bra on, that will not help the situation. It will be uncomfortable as you roll through. So just be careful with that. Lighten the load as you go over the wire. Good. Rolling just on the back of that shoulder blade. Good, and then taking that roller all the way down and all the way up. All the way down and lengthening that head away from the tailbone. And then we're going over onto the left-hand side. All the way down. Down and up. So right through my armpit and then rolling just a bit forwards and backwards through any knotty areas. And it's generally knotty around the bottom of the shoulder blade. From shoulders rolling forwards a little bit. So the shoulder blade should glide smoothly over your ribs. If you slouch forwards in your upper body, then the muscles at the bottom get pulled because there's a gapping of the shoulder away from the ribs. Okay. Now just pop your bum on the floor and get rid of that roller. Excellent. Getting rid of the roller. So, sitting here, put your hands on the floor beside your bum, roll your shoulders back, and just lift that bum up off the floor, lengthening the head to the sky, lengthening that neck, and then rest down on that middle bottom. Rest down on that middle bottom. Hold yourself straight. Keep with your hands. Push yourself vertical in this neutral spine. So we're sitting on the middle bottom. The pelvis is vertical, and then the spine comes out in its neutral position, slightly curved forwards at the base, slightly curved out at the ribs with our head. So our ear should be in line with our shoulder, in line with our hip, in line, and if we were standing, in line with our ankle. We shouldn't have our shoulder forward. So look at yourself when you're walking around and in the reflection in windows and things, and check you've got that head up. Okay, bring the arms out wide, all the way up over the top of your head, pushing them all the way up into the sky. Bringing them out wide again, rolling those shoulders, nice and big. Nice and big, just warm them up a little bit. We're going to stretch that chest in a second. Okay, come down to lie on your side. Actually, we're going to lie over on our tummy. Lie over on your tummy. Put your hands out in the pitchfork position and rest your forehead down towards the floor. I'm going to stretch my right arm first. So I leave my hand in the pitchfork position, my right hand. I turn my head onto the right hand side, my ears on the ground. I put the palm of my left hand down with the elbow up. I bring my knee up a bit to my waist and I tilt my body away from that right hand and feel the stretch in that chest. I roll the shoulder up to the ear and then pull it down to my waist. Both shoulders are pulled down, especially the right one. I get to a place of stretch in that chest and I push that right arm into the floor, pushing it in as a 20% contraction. So go as hard as you can, halve it and halve it again. Holding that contraction and then breathe in. Release the contraction, breathe out and push off this left hand a little and stretch in the top of the shoulder up through the neck a little bit. Now I push that right arm into the floor again, pushing it in, stretching the shoulder blade down and lengthening the top of the head away. And then I breathe out, I release the contraction and I lift off that left hand a little bit more. And we're going to do one more. Push that arm into the floor. Release the push, lift off that left shoulder, stretching, putting that arm and the shoulder behind me. Good, release that. Slowly lower yourself back onto the ground. Now the left arm, keeping the elbow at 90 degrees, the arm straight away from the body. Turn the eyes to the right, ear to the floor. Lifting off that right hand, elbows in the air, and lifting that right knee up towards the waist. Turning the body away from this left arm and feeling a little bit of stretch in that shoulder. Roll the shoulder down and then push that left arm into the floor. So the contraction should be held for 15 to 20 seconds. Keeping those shoulders down. Breathing in. Release the contraction, breathe out and push up. So I'm only moving a few millimeters. Push that arm into the floor again. Keep that shoulder down. Breathe in, release the contraction and lift and stretch a bit further. Push that left arm into the ground again. Release the push and stretch further. And release yourself down onto the floor. Roll over onto one side. So I'm going to lay on my right hand side, support my head with my right arm, bending my knees up. I'm going to just tuck this top knee under the bottom knee. I'm actually going to have the underneath leg straight. So this top arm, my left arm, I'm going to roll up the shoulder up to the ear and then pull it down and back and then take that arm straight up in the sky. I'm then going to breathe in. On the out breath, I'm going to let that arm hang back behind me. I'm going to push those fingers away. The arm's not straight, but I'm pushing the fingers away and lengthening this neck and this shoulder and the chest. I'm then just going to swing the arm towards the head and down. Swinging it, but it's only moving through an area of about 2 feet. It's not moving miles, but just changing the angle of pull in the top of my arm. If I want to turn my eyes to the floor a bit, and pull that head down, I can get a bit more stretch in my neck. But the chest, I'm aiming for a stretched chest. Okay, bring that arm down by your side and then roll over onto the other side and do the other arm. So underneath leg straight, hook that top leg under the bottom one, support your head and neck. Roll the shoulder up to the ear, pull it down, bring that arm vertical up into the sky, and then let that arm hang backwards. Let it just hang back. Swing it a little bit left and right, or up and down. And then you can turn your head towards the floor. And just pull on that. Pull the back of the head, don't have to put it very far to get a bit of stretch in that neck. And then lengthening those fingers away, pushing that arm away, keeping the body still. Feel the stretch through the top of the shoulder and the neck, and the back of the shoulder blade. And release, bend that arm. and roll back over onto your back. Rolling over onto your back, legs out straight. Slide your fingers under your bottom. So we're going to do a version of the fish pose. So fingers are under the bottom, breathing in, drawing in the core, lengthen the toes away from you, breathing out and reach that breastbone to the sky, letting the head tilt onto the back with the body weight on the elbows. So I'm not tensioning my arms by forcing them low under my bottom. I'm pushing off my elbows, squeezing those shoulder blades together behind my back. And then if I want to lift my head up onto the top of my head, push my toes away from the top of my head, drawing in my tummy to protect the lower back. Big breath in, fill those lungs and stretch those ribs, and then breathe out. Squeeze those shoulder blades together under your back. Another breath in. And then breathing out, squeezing those shoulder blades together under your back. And then release yourself and lower down to flat. Bring those knees into the chest and bring the nose up to the knees. Stretching and release. Stretching and release. Pop those legs out on the floor again. Push those elbows into the ground. Lift that chest up and come up onto the top of your head if you can. Breathing in. Fill those lungs, push that breastbone to the sky, lifting up off your tailbone, drawing your tummy muscles in to look after that lower back and squeezing those shoulders together, down, round and down. Pulling them back, pushing your chin away from your breastbone, squeezing the shoulder blades together as you release the breath. And then lower yourself down to the floor and bring those knees into your chest. Bring your nose up to your knees and curl the back the other way. And release. Curl back the other way and release. Put those legs out on the floor. Take the arms over the head. And walk your fingers to the left-hand side of the mat, keeping your shoulders and hip on the mat, but pivoting. Take the feet over to the left-hand side of the mat as well, so you're shaped like a banana. Bring that left leg over the top of the right leg and just stop it from sliding. Take hold of the right wrist in the left arm and just pull that, pulling that up. Breathing in, breathe out and reach that right hand away from the right foot, stretching down that side. Reaching. So this is a better way of stretching the side than doing it standing because you stay in one plane. And then release. Move the legs over to the right hand side of the mat. Bring the left leg across, taking hold of the left wrist, bringing that across to the right hand side as well. So stabilize your right leg with the left leg, your left leg with the right leg, and holding onto the left wrist with the right hand. Pushing the hand away from the foot, stretching all the way down that side, breathing in and breathing out and reaching. And then coming back to center. And then reaching those hands over the head, push the right hand from the right foot, left hand from the left foot. Bring those hands back down by your side. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders into the floor, slide them down the ground, and bend those knees up, put the feet flat on the floor near your bum. We're going to bridge up and just loosen up the spine. Breathing in, on the out breath, flatten the back, lift the tailbone up, squeeze, and lift yourself up off the floor, pushing the fingers down towards the heels. So we're soft on the feet, on the balls of the feet, the toes are light, and we're pushing through the heels. Stretching those fingers down towards the toes and lengthening the neck. Turning the head slightly to the left. Turning the head slightly to the right. Bringing those eyes up straight. Breathing in, on the out breath, rolling that spine all the way down to the floor. Keep those shoulders down and lengthen that neck. Flatten the back at the bottom and then arch it. Breathing in. On the out breath, flatten the back and squeeze, lift all the way up off the ground. Bring those arms up into the spine, over your head. Back to the hands on the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, lowering the body all the way back down to the floor. Pushing those fingers away from the top of the head. Flattening the back. Arching in the bottom and bring those arms back over by your side. Breathing in on the out breath, flatten the back and lift the tailbone up, squeezing with the bum. Bring those arms all the way over your body. Breathing in at the top, breathe out, push those fingers away and lower all the way back down to the ground. Breathing in and bring those arms back over. Breathe out, flatten the back, lift that tailbone up off the floor. Bring those arms over your head. Reaching and stretching, breathing out and lowering, pushing those fingers away, keep those arms on the floor, lowering one vertebra at a time, making sure that you're not getting your tailbone down before your upper back is all the way down, and then bring the arms back down by your side. Bring your left knee in, bring your right knee in, hug those knees, lift that tailbone up, hug those knees. Take the arms out like a scarecrow. Bring the knees to 90 degrees. Drop the knees to the right. Turn the eyes to the left. Breathing in, lift those knees up and turn them over to the left. Take the eyes to the right. Bring those knees up to center and roll yourself over onto your tummy. Roll yourself over onto your tummy. So we're going to do a bit of cobra to start with. So fingers are near the ears, elbows are by the chest. We're going to come up into a partial cobra to start with, just onto the bottom ribs. So roll the shoulders up to the ears and pull them down. Lengthen the legs and clench the bum. Feel the tops of the feet, the knees and the thighs on the floor in the same place. Drawing in the core, lifting up that tummy button. Breathing in and on the out breath, glide the shoulders down and lift the upper body up onto the bottom rib, putting those elbows down towards the waist, lengthening the head away from you. Breathing in and lower. Breathe in at the bottom, breathe out, roll the shoulders, lift yourself up, pushing that chest forward, lengthening those legs away. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, breathing in at the top, breathe out and lower. It's not vital when you breathe, you just need to keep the flow of air. Breathe in at the bottom, breathe out and lift. Shoulder blades together, sliding those elbows down as if you're trying to pull yourself forward on the floor. And then lower. Bring those hands next to your chest. We're going to come up onto the pubic bone. So breathing in, breathe out, clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Lift yourself off the floor, bringing up your tummy up in one piece. Coming onto your pubic bone, clenching the bum, pushing the pubic bone into the ground. Roll those shoulders back and down. If your arms are struggling, take your hands forwards a bit so that you can keep yourself holding up. Lengthen that chest and then lower back down to the ground. Breathing in on the out breath, lengthen the legs, roll the shoulders back and down, lengthen the head away from the toes. Lift yourself up, clenching the bum, squeezing the shoulders. Breathing in at the top and then lower. One more there, breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders down, lengthen the legs. Pushing up, squeezing with the tummy, pushing that breastbone forward. And squeezing, eyes horizontal and then lowering down to the ground. Now bring those hands lower down. We're going to come up, if you're comfortable, come up onto your knees. If you want to stay on your elbows, that's fine. If you want to stay on your pubic bone, that's fine. So breathing in, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, roll the shoulders back, push up off those hands, squeeze and lift up onto your knees, making sure your tummy is supporting your lower back, opening that chest, bringing the breastbone forward. Breathing in on the out breath, lower yourself back down to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders down, lengthen those legs, squeezing and lifting all the way onto your knees. Push the breastbone forward, pull those shoulders down. Don't let yourself hang in the ligaments of your shoulder joint. Lengthen your neck and tighten your thighs and just lift those knees up off the ground. So we're not moving the bum, we're just lifting the knees. The bend is in the hip joint, the bend is in the chest, straighter in the tummy. Drop the knees, lower back down to flat. Next time we're going to go all the way through to child pose. So breathing in, breathe out, roll the shoulders back and down, lengthen those legs. lifting yourself onto your knees, pushing the chest forward, tighten the tummy, stretching that breastbone, pushing into the pubic bone, tightening the glutes, tighten the thighs, knees are off the floor. Breathing in on the out breath, drop the knees down and go back into child pose. All the way back. And breathe. Pull those arms over to the left-hand side of the mat. Drop the bum right. And then pull those arms to the right-hand side of the mat and drop the bum left. Good. Stretching the hands in the center. Claw your fingers up the mat and stretch those shoulders. Then you're going to come up onto all fours. Come up onto all fours. And hands under the shoulders. Middle fingers are parallel. Roll the shoulders back and turn the inside of your elbows forward. Knees are under your hip. Feet are parallel with the knees. Arch the back up, bring the eyes down to the knees. Sink the back down, take the eyes up to the sky. Arch the back up, bring the eyes to the knees. Sink the back down, eyes to the sky. Come into neutral, turn the right hand palm up and slide it through to thread the needle. Drop the right ear to the floor and push off that left hand, sliding that right hand through. Pushing, reaching. Breathing in on the out breath, try to push further. On the in breath, try to lift off that left hand. And then come back up onto all fours. Breathing in on the out breath, left hand, palm up, push that through. Breathing in, push off the right hand, breathing out, slide through with that left hand. Good, coming back up onto all fours. Slide down onto your tummy on the ground and bring those arms down by your side. Forehead on the ground, clench the bum, tighten the thighs, lengthen those legs away from you, drawing your core, resting on your bottom rib. Roll your shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, around and down. Don't let the tummy press on the floor. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, keep them up in the sky and bring the arms up. Roll the arms down to the floor with the shoulders. Bring the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up and pulse them. 3, 2, 1 and roll them round and down. Breathing in, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up, lift the head off the floor. Eyes stay looking straight down. Pulse the arms up. 3, 2, 1, bring them all the way around and down, lengthening the head. So at any stage you can stay in the level we're at. We don't have to keep progressing. So breathing in, breathing out. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up. Lift the head up off the floor. Make sure your tummy button's elevated. Lengthen those legs away from you, clenching your bum. Pulse those arms up. 3, 2, 1. Bring them around and down. Breathing in on the out breath. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Head comes up. And pulsing. 3, 2, 1. Bring them around and down. Bring those arms up level with your ears, bending them. Breathing in on the out breath, lift the hand and forearm off the ground and lower. Breathing in on the out breath, lift the hand and forearm off the ground. Bring the whole arm up into the sky, keeping the hand higher than the elbow. Breathing in on the out breath, touch the elbow to the floor, keep the hand and forearm up. Bring the arm up, keeping the hand and forearm above the elbow. Lower and touch the elbow to the ground. Draw in that tummy, make sure it's not pushing down. Clench the bum. Lift those arms up, keeping the hand above. Breathing in On the out breath, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, pulse those arms up. 3, 2, 1, and down to the floor again. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift those hands up off the ground, hands and forearms. Keep the elbows down and lower. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hand and forearm up, and then the whole arm up. Hand is staying above the elbow all the time. Clench the bum, point the toes, lengthen the legs, draw in the tummy. Lift those arms up. 3, 2, 1. Touch the elbow down to the floor. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, pull them down. Lift the hand and forearm up, lengthen the legs, draw in the tummy. Lift those arms up off the ground, hands always higher than the elbow. Breathing in on the out breath, pulsing up. 3, 2, 1. Keep them up high. Lift that head off the ground, keeping the eyes looking to the floor. Pulse the arms up. 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Breathing in. Keep the arms on the floor, draw in the tummy. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs, and lift the legs off the ground. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the right leg up 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Hold it long. Bring the left leg up 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Leave it long. Bring the right leg up. 3, 2, 1. Tummy's off the floor. And the left leg. 3. So the pivot point's the pubic bone. 1. And lower the legs. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hand and forearms up. Lift the whole arm up. Lift the eyes and forehead up. Lengthen the head from the toes. Point those toes. Lift the right leg up 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Keep the rest of the body still. Lift the left leg up. 3, 2, 1. Lift the arms and legs. 3, 2, 1. And lower everything down to the ground. Rolling over onto your side. Going to lie on the left-hand side. Lengthen that left leg. And put the right leg down on the ground with the knees bent, tucked under the left leg. Both hands pushing away from you. Rest the head down on its side, breathing in. On the out breath, take that top arm all the way over your body to the floor behind you. Trying to get your shoulder on the floor, trying to keep your knee on the floor. Push those fingers away from each other. Push that right shoulder down, pushing it away from the right hip. Bring those arms back together. Breathing in on the out breath, take that arm all the way over the body, pushing those arms away from each other. Pushing, pushing, pushing. And then bring those arms back together. Breathing in on the out breath, taking that top arm all the way over. Reaching, 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 turning the eyes, trying to get the ear on the ground, trying to lengthen the body. So I'm lengthening my left leg from the top of my head and my right hand from my right knee and my right hand from my left hand. Bringing those arms back together and then roll over onto the other side. Roll over on the other side. Both arms pushing away. Right leg is straight. Tuck the left foot under the right leg. The top foot tucks under the bottom leg. Both hands pushed away from you. Breathing in on the out breath. Take that top arm all the way over the body. Reaching those fingers away from each other. Trying to turn that head onto the left ear. Trying to push my hands stretching away. Lengthening my right leg away from the top of my head. And bring those hands back together. Breathing in on the out breath, bring those arms all the way over and open, pushing the foot away from the head. And bring those arms back together. Breathing in on the out breath, bring those arms all the way over. And then bringing them back together. Rolling over onto our back. Lengthening those legs away from you. Taking the arms over the head and reaching, stretching those fingers from the toes, breathing in. On the out breath, bring those fingers all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest, roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Take hold of our stick. So sitting up nice and tall. So first of all, just rest your stick on your knees. Pop your hands on the floor behind you. Roll your shoulders up to your ears, down your back. Lift your tailbone up off the ground and then rest down on that middle bottom. Resting on that middle bottom, pulling forward with our heels. Staying vertical with our torso. Take hold of the stick. Bring the stick to the chest. Take the stick straight up overhead. So the stick helps both hands guide together. Take the stick down behind your head. Touch the back of your head with the back of the neck with the stick, back of the shoulders. Push that stick straight up to the sky. Bring that stick back down to your chest. Chest's up. Sandra sitting up a bit taller, chest forward. Pushing that stick up to the sky. Bringing that stick down towards the back. Resting it on the back of our shoulders. Now we're going to push it away from the back of our shoulders, behind our shoulders. Pushing it, giving about an inch gap between the shoulders and the stick. Now rest it on the shoulders. Push it away from the shoulders without moving the head forward. Rest it back on the shoulders. Good. Push it away again. Push it all the way up to the sky. Bring it back down onto the shoulders. Holding it here. Okay, leaning backwards 45 degrees. Keep that chest open. Coming up vertical. If your thighs are hurting, bend your knees a bit. Leaning forwards. Coming to vertical. Leaning backwards. So the exercise is the shoulders and chest. The thighs will get stronger with time. Come up vertical. Leaning forwards. Vertical. Leaning back. Chins up, feet chin up. Bring that chest up, turning the body to the left. Come back to straight. Turn the body to the right. Come back to straight. Turn the body left. Straight. Turn the body right. Straight. Turn the body left. Straight. Turn the body right. Straight. Sit up tall. Push that stick up high. Take that stick down in front of you. Reach forwards to your feet. Good. Take the head down towards your legs. Come up tall. Hold the stick on your chest. Breathing in, so elbows are back, sticks on the chest. Breathing out, roll yourself down to flat. Keeping that stick there, keep those shoulders back. Don't let yourself thump. If you're finding it hard, push the stick forward, but try to keep your shoulders back. Breathing in, breathe out. Not sure I can come up with it here. Might have to push it forward a bit and then pull it back on my chest, sitting back up to vertical, leaning forward. So we've got to keep getting stronger. Sit up tall, stick stays here, curling down to flat, no thumping, no thumping. Excellent. Breathing in. On the out breath, push the stick up in the sky, lean it forwards, and then push it up in the sky again as we come up. Sit up to tall, bring it over our shoulders. Push it up into the air, bring it onto the chest, rolling down to flat. Rolling down to flat. Good. Take it over the head, touch the floor. Bring it up to the sky, breathing in. On the out breath, push it up to the sky and sitting up to straight. Push it forwards if you need. Bring it over your head. Pull those shoulders back. Take it away from the back of your shoulders, pushing it an inch behind. Touch the back of the shoulders. Take it away. Open those shoulders up. Push it up to the sky. Bring it down onto your chest. Curling and laying down to flat. Slowly laying down to flat. All the way down. Take the stick over your head. Push it up to the sky. Breathing in on the out breath. Pushing all the way up to vertical. Pushing all the way up. Bring it down behind your head. Take it away from behind your head. Push it up to the sky. Bring it over your head and reach it forward over your toes if you can. Over your toes, and then push your toes away and stretch those shoulders. Stretch those shoulders. And you can leave the stick on the floor past your feet. Slide your fingers along your feet. Sit yourself back up. Roll yourself all the way down to the floor. Roll yourself down to the floor. Now bring your elbows out to 90 degrees. Hands are straight up in the air. Take those hands over so the back of your hands are on the floor, keeping the shoulders down. Bring those hands up. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor, slide them down. Keep those shoulders slid down and back. Roll those hands backwards. Don't let the shoulders move or lift up. Keep the contraction of the lower back. You may have noticed that your rib cage is lifted, so make sure the bottom ribs are pushed onto the ground. Small lift with the lower back. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that left leg straight up into the air. Keep those hands and shoulders down. Bring that left leg back down to the ground. So drawing in the core, squeezing like we're stopping having a wee. Bring that right leg straight up into the air. Keeping neutral spine, lengthen your head and neck. Bring that right leg back down. Notice what's going on with your arms and shoulders. Keep the back of the hands to the floor. Slide the shoulders down. Keep those bottom ribs down. Bring that left leg up into the air. Take that left leg down. Bring that right leg up in the air. Take that right leg down. Bring that left leg up. Bring that right leg up. Keep neutral spine. Bottom ribs down. Shoulders are slid down. Slight lift of your waistband of your trousers. Lower that left leg. Bring that left leg back up. Lower that right leg. Bring that right leg back up. Lower that left leg. Bring that left leg back up. Lower that right leg. Bring that right leg back up. Soften the knees. Lift the tailbone up off the ground. So flatten the back in and lift. Don't let the shoulders lift up. Flatten the back and lift. Flatten the back and lift. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Keeping those shoulders in the ground, extend the legs straight in the air. Circles to the left. Support with those arms. That's 1. 2 circles. 1 more. 3 circles to the right. Keep those shoulders down. 1. 2, support your shoulders and your arms. 3, keep the ribs still. Soften those knees. Bring the knees to 90 degrees. And we're going to extend the leg out straight away. So first of all, we're going at 45 degrees. The right leg goes up and away and comes back. The left leg goes up and away, comes back. Keep the wrists and the back of your hands on the floor. Right leg out and back. And if you want to challenge yourself, take that leg lower and lower to the floor, but keep your head extended. Keep your shoulders on the ground. Keep your bottom ribs on the ground. Slight lift in that lower back. Legs going out and comes back. Goes out and comes back. The leg can go at 45 degrees or it can go horizontal to the floor. It's up to you, however your stability level is. Good, one more on each leg. Left leg goes out and back. Right leg goes out and back. Bring those arms up, take hold of the knees and hug the knees into the chest, bring the nose to the knees. 1, 2 hugs, 3 hugs. Lengthen those legs away from you. Reach those fingers over your head, pushing the fingers away from the toes. Right hand from right foot, left hand from left foot. Bring those arms all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest, rolling yourself up, reaching towards your feet, breathing in and out. Sit yourself up tall, put your right hand on your left knee, left hand behind, lifting the body and turning, keeping that shoulder back, the back on, keep the shoulder back, and then release and face the front. Put the other hand on the other knee, pushing the hand on the floor behind, lifting off that arm, turning the body, and then releasing to face the front. Roll the shoulders, bring those arms up high, all the way around, leaving the arms in the sky this time. Pushing up, bring those thumbs down, touch the forehead with your hands, and then push your hands straight up into the sky. Big breath in, eyes looking at the hands. Big breath in, fill those lungs with fresh air. Breathe out, and let those arms come back down by your side. Rest them on your thighs, and roll your shoulders. Well done. Awesome. Good work. How was that?